good? Okay, now, the other Mr. Conrad, was it the Pioneer statue or something where there was some,
Yeah, there's 4 lights in there, and then there's that little frog that sits on top, and someone come along and threw rocks and broke all 4 lights, and then broke the frog right off the pedestal. And when it was all said on, it was like $5,300 for the installation. And that's something I can't do, so there was no, I'm not an electrician.
Well, that's a perfect example of how we do like that, and then something like that. We also pressure washed, we've done some refilling on some of them. I know that, 3-4 years ago, that some of the statues started to tarnish a little bit, and actually, an expert was able to do work on all the statues, and they did that as a donation to fire people, so, that's one example.
A question on the, this right here, the next part, for the letter, as for American Legion, we've got the American Legion plaque up there, up at Group One, and we put our commander names in there. As far as the cost of that, is that sent to the American Legion? Let's see, where would that be? It would be lettering, is it the lettering thing? So I don't know if the city takes care of that, or the American Legion could pay for it. I don't see.
Does the Legion, when the commander's name is put up there, does the Legion build that, or does the city?
That is something that the city
Has done?
has picked up.
Oh, okay. Because Gary Bob's going to take care of it, all right?
Correct.
Okay. Oh, I was just going to wonder, because I don't know if we're going to get a bill or not.
You mean, was that the one that added, what is the Legion?
We put our new commander up there, and then Mike turned up there. We do that every like 3 years.
That was, I believe, one of the bills that approved last week. It was maybe $100.
Yeah.
Yes.
How much money is in the monument reservation?
Mrs. Burke, can you think of all these shoes? That's something to keep over there. Over here, Chris. Well, we got a rubber tree.
Well, that's, we did not open it.
Just a minute.
That's what it was on it.
So it says a 30th of the year date, and this was printed today.
I found it on last week's bill. Lewis Monument Company, $345 lettering. Okay, to hold your clock, so I just wonder if that's what it's for. That's probably what it was, right? Right, Andy?
Yes, that's right.
Okay, the sheet that I handed to you, please look at the second one down. It says October 31st, 2015. The second one down will say October, and the other side will say November. If you look at the October side here, these capital outlay accounts that you had just alluded to, Dr. Fetch, you'll see City Hall capital outlay, 5% capital outlay, garbage truck fund, and all the like. You'll see the beginning balance, the transfers that came out of that as of the end of October 31st of 2015, and then the adjusted balance. And then if you flip over to the other side, there were some adjustments in that as well as far as allocations. You'll see the exact same accounts with the account numbers. The one thing that I would ask you to pay attention to or call your attention to is the second line down, said November 30th, 2015. The way the software works is that it doesn't end the month balances, but and that's why it says November 30th. Right now it's year to date, but you do a balance. So when we were talking about the monument preservation fund, you'll see about 5 up from the bottom. It's got a balance of $19,890.45.
That 1990.
1990.45.
Thank you.
If you go over on October 31st, 2015 side, again, 5 up from the bottom monument preservation fund, it had a beginning balance of $25,090.45, and then $5,200 that came out of that is the project that Raleigh was talking about. So that gives you updated balances for those. I hope that answers your question. Anything else on the park maintenance budget?
Yes. Where is Dinoff Park and Killian Park?
We have actually 8 parks in our town. Paul Park is over in County A. It's a little nature trail, and we've got the Schultz Park, which is behind Lutheran Church. Across the river, we've got the reclaimed park. Shane Park is a soccer field. Memorial Park, obviously, up on top of the hill. Killian Park is over on the far east end of Arcadia, but on this side of Highway 93. It would be up in like Snook Shivers and pick it up in the area.
Walking home.
We've got Fairfield Top Park, which is up by Mrs. Gadzinski and across the street from Mrs. Jane Weinberger. And then our West Park that lot would be behind, this is being Weisberger's house. You'll see a basketball court and a baseball diamond and some smaller.
The motel, right?
Yes.
Rob, when I question regards to the park maintenance budget, it seems like we're almost under budget. 2014 we spent 128,000, 2015 spent 84,000. 2015, we're over that. Now we're gonna be at 61,867. Seems a little low. Past history, we've been at that 85 to 90,000 dollar mark, and now we're all the way down to 60,000, 16,000, which seems a little low, but.
I like to comment on that. I want to refer back to the statements I made when we first started talking about parks. I said there will be a certain number of blank spaces that you'll see here as far as benches, the visitor center, ball park, old park, and I had indicated that we had made several upgrades to all those parks, and those parks have since been upgraded, and therefore the budget is not needed for those right now. We bought a fairground last year, we don't need to replace it this year, so we didn't budget for it.
Okay, thank you.
Can I make one comment? If you look at the 2014 budget for the Eagle Scout projects, you don't have the revenue figures exactly for that, but a lot of that was donated. That would show up on the revenue side as a donation.
And that's something that we had in the past, especially with regard to Shane Park and the Long family donated for the Doris Morris Pavilion. Like Angel said, the Cow Boot Eagle Scout project, there's been 3 donations, and so oftentimes you'll see an expense, and I had asked the last interview to take a look at the revenue side as well, because when those donations come in, this is actually an expenditure, not a revenue portion of the budget. So if there's ever any questions about that, absolutely trackable, and we can show that this donation came in from here or there. So.
Question, Mr. Mayor?
Yes.
If an amount in the budget is used in one line here, for instance, if in utilities expenses $10,000, but we need something for benches, but if some of that money would be or could be taken out of another part of the budget to utilize that spot, is that correct?
That's correct. And the budget reallocation is something that would be put on the agenda and required a 2/3 vote of the council. Also, last time we did different reallocations, that's how it would happen. What we would say, just for your example, if you look way over on the left-hand corner of the budget, the 4th line down, under Memorial Park utility expenses, it says 101,555.0.341. If you wanted to move that down to benches and say it was $1,000, what we would do is put budget reallocation for that account down to 101,555.10.344 for $1,000, and then what the transfer is for, and then that would require 2/3 vote of the council.
Okay.
There?
Yes.
Would that all come out of the, say like a park item here, would that all come out of the park budget then?
No. That can be, because they're all general fund items, unless they're specifically restricted by where the funds came from. You could absolutely, let's say you had a Memorial Park bench from here, you had $1,000 and you wanted to move it over to the Plus Center, that could, or it could be moved over to court training or something like that.
So a comment then would be a good idea when we do this allocation, have this in hand, so we can see what's coming from this.
Not only that, if budget reallocation is going to be recommended prior to asking for it to be put on the agenda, and just assume that it's okay, I would advise 2 steps. The first one would be to get year-to-date expense report from that account, and that can be run from Mr. Bird or the staff at any time. The other thing is, if we're going to move money from a park over to the police department or something, by all means, double check those department heads as well, because those funds are being allocated for something, or they haven't spent it yet, but it's sometimes an end of the year expense. Basically, you will check those department heads.
So it would be a good idea to, before a meeting, to do this. And of course, we have an agenda that's set up, hopefully it'll be in time so that we would have time to do all this. I guess that's one of my points, so we can go and check with this or with the department heads, right? A good idea, right?
If you have an issue where the department head brings something to us, just let them know that you're going to check a year-to-date spreadsheet for expenditures there, and then you're also going to check with both of the department head if it's a different department. Okay. Yes.
I have a question on that. Where in this budget is that new part that you did last night that you voted on? Where's that? Is that in this budget or not at all?
It's not in this budget because it's a different one. Those ones came from the interfund transfer, and that's a new park in TIF District number 4. The TIF District dollars are not part of the general fund budget here.
It's an extra widget, right?
It will show up as expenditures, but it will. It's not budgeted in here because that was part of the interfund fund transfer. Yes.
I have a question. So any TIF money is not part of your budget at all?
If you would look back to hold that question for a second. If If you look back to page 19, you'll see something called debt service budget, and we'll get to that in a little bit, Sean. But the TIF district dollars used to be part of this, but now just for easier for tracking for other things, the TIF district dollars are not part of debt service budget. Still overseen the common council and in this case the city clerk. So, yes.
Anthony Johnson, help me out, explain that again. He asked about the TIF district money, you said takes to debt service budget, but it's not in debt service budget. Then I don't think we got an answer.
I'm sorry, I did not, I didn't finish the statement. I should have, and I just assumed here. The TIF district used to be part of the debt service, and it was reflected in the budget, and now this year for tracking and auditing, it is independent of the budget, but still under the authority and control of the council and administered by the city clerk.
So, no, do we see the TIF district money?
No.
Or see it on in print then?
Not now, because TIF districts have also gone through a, what the statutes call distressing, where it extends the payback period of TIF districts and the expenditure period. While it ends next summer, the council will not be using the TIF district as a financing tool for any additional projects. The expenditure period of the TIFs are essentially done. That was all month during our meetings on the TIF district and the trigger board and the like. So council, they actually queued a couple of things already, but just for the sake of the general public that we didn't make those meetings. The TIF district expenditures are no longer, so they will not be in this budget.
That being said, because we pulled them out into their own fund, and I think this is maybe the second year we've done it, we have the budgets for, the 3 to 4, that revenue comes in, the expenditures go up. It might not be a bad idea to have that on next agenda, just so that you guys have information.
And the only expenditures that are going to be going out of the TIF districts right now are the administrative fees and debt service repayments. So yes, Mr.
How many TIF districts are you managing right now?
2. We got TIF district that comes to the national facilities right behind us here to the west and on this side of the river. And we have TIF district number 4 that is up on the east end of town, and it would include the area like Buck Country Green, Shopco, that area up behind like where the new substation is, all the dealer companies, the mail clinic area, that section of town.
That's District 4?
4, correct.
We only have 2?
Yes.
And what is Ashley, District 1?
District 3.
So where are 1 and 2?
They have since been closed out and are no longer in existence. Anything further on the park budget?
Question on the TIF, just, can they reactivate one?
I'm gonna flip the page for the recreation budget. What happens if you want to start a new TIF district is they go in and if the TIF districts by law, you cannot open a new TIF district unless the valuation of TIF districts are less than, or 12% or less than the total is it equalized of the entire community. So just for some raw numbers, if the whole community were worth $100 million and the TIF districts were worth $11,500,000, you could open up a new TIF district. But the community was valued at $100 million and the TIF districts were valued at $12.5 million, then you could not, because you're not meeting the threshold of 12% growth. So total valuation has to be 12% or less. Does that make sense, everybody?
I don't want to get up on an opinion, but where we're 1 and 2, just because.
Number 1, if I recall correctly, it was the Central Mayor Apartments, and number 2 did include some tough dog pediatric facilities. I believe, but I don't have documentation in front of me, but that's my best recollection. When we do that fifth step, can we just find out so we can answer the question? That's my best recollection, and it could be flip on 2. 1 could have been by Ashley and 2 by Central Mayor Apartments. That's what's ringing a bell. That was done quite a while before I was mayor.
I never knew there was a one.
Well, I don't think you there, but do you remember that? Sure. Remember? Does that sound right? Central Mayor Apartments? Yeah. There's something there, but I don't remember the details on it. It's been a long time since I looked at it. Okay, we have 2016 recreation budget on page 9 in front of us. Rec center, the summer recreation, the aquatic center, whether all oftentimes have some of the same staff, they are subdivided because the rec center obviously downtown, the summer recreation includes a lot of the summer t-ball and the like, and then you've got the aquatic center segregated out there. You'll see staff wages, social security, utility expenses, maintenance and the like in there, and then all the associated costs between the rec center and the summer rec programs as well.
Question on that, Mr. Mayor.
Yes.
There was a new vehicle that was purchased recently. Where does that show up in here? Because that's supposed to be related to the rec, department, correct? Or am I wrong?
No, you are correct, you says that then it's like,
Well, it's on page 9, right under the total, it says rec center capital outlay, 13.8. You see $13,800, there's center capital outlay.
Yes, it is.
That is the purchase of the truck.
Oh, okay. That's the vehicle.
any questions about the rec center, the summer rec program, or the aquatic center?
Money taken from the concession, all of that comes back into this summer?
Yes.
So, but it doesn't show up here, so it doesn't look like,
What you got is,
it doesn't look right.
our revenue, we have a copy of that revenue sheet.
But if you look on page 2, all revenue flow into that, and I can grab those sheets, that's pretty cool. But all the revenue, shared taxes, the money we from the tax levy, the payment of taxes, all the, rec center fees, the aquatic center fees, we get money from the school district when they run the pool in the summer, all of those are revenue.
There's a list that's, revenue from the fire fund here, and just a few more though. It says the revenue stream, how much it is, and, your concession, sales you'll find right in there, so.
I was just wondering how, then certain things, what's out as far as the financial part of it?
Tom, you have a question?
Yeah, I got a question, going to rec center part-time wages. Last year's budget was $5,000. $4,260, how come right now you have $8,000? Or 2,500, sorry, last year actually.
We had a change in employment situation in 2015, and, so we, is that the business word? The part-time with the help that was down there before, right, and we had to change? Or not reading it?
One of the things that goes into the rec center wages are like the tournaments that Ed runs, like, she pays all of her workers, the coaches, the scorekeepers. $2,500 was probably too light in last year's budget if you look at the year-to-date actual from 2004. And she has, I think, more help, different help, but more help cleaning the rec center, doing some stuff down there. And I think kind of a trend they're finding is a lot of people who would donate their time and pass coach don't donate anymore. They want to be paid to help coach. I mean, we just have one of our parent volunteers volunteer, but I think Eva's finding in her budget she's having more people to step up and help.
What's the time? Anything else on the recreation budget?
Question about rec lanes. So obviously in 2015, we were 18% over budget. We're gonna be the same in 2016.
The answer to your question, Rob, is absolutely not. We had a poison within this department that a lot of fixing to get done. I think that those are reflected in the minutes as far as things that were not properly taken care of by somebody. They were neglected. They were to the point where it could have been dangerous and posed a liability for the city. And Scott Leonard did a phenomenal job at the, I believe, full and unanimous endorsement of the council here to bring those areas up to where they should have been. I believe there's still 4 or 5 things that Mr. Leonard needs to do, and that's going to be coming up on an agenda item, on a future agenda here. But those overages, while unfortunate, were necessary, and due to, like I said, an absolute poison that the city would have to
I mean, even if, ways it just seems like last year's 256,000 expensive bitch budget in 12. Went to 41, so even if you got rid of the prison, you're still increasing your budget by that much to cover up some of us didn't this year. So it's not a corrective measure, really.
No, I think that's an absolutely unfair characterization. There's nothing being covered up there to say that. I think is absolutely unfair, and I'm sure unless I'm misunderstanding.
You're misunderstanding. What I'm saying is if there was poison, I can understand 256 would be an issue, and you were over budget. I get that. What I'm saying is this year, you're at 241,000. If you got rid of the poison or the cancer, you're still at that point. You're still spending money. Maybe I'm afraid of that.
Well,
I'm saying maybe we got rid of the problem not at 241, we're putting it 12.
no, I don't think we have, because we also got an increase in wages there in each of those departments. We've got about a $2,000 increase in the rec center.